Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing a video oriented towards the 2022 Senate elections. It is going to be the Republicans' best path to getting a Senate majority in 2022. I'll also do, of course, a Democrat prediction outlining the Democrats' best path to retaining their Senate majority. You know, the easiest states that they would have to win in order to keep their majority. But today I will be doing the states that Republicans will have to win in order to get the majority. And I'm only going to be going up to 51 states, so it's the minimum amount that each party has to do in order to, win the Senate. But with that said, I'd also like to say before I begin the video, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are 22 subscribers away from 550 and 72 away from 600, so if you've not subscribed, please go ahead and consider subscribing. And also feel free to check out my website in the bio below. A lot of awesome things on there, editorials, election predictions, analysis. But yeah, let's get right into what we would be considering the safe Democrat states. Now, I'm not really going to be that detail-oriented on the safe Democrat states simply because it's not as much about toss-up and what's in play and what's close and what's not. It's just about what the parties need to win in order to get their majority. So I'll include Washington as a safe Democrat state, and I'll also include states like Alaska and Missouri, Iowa, all the Oklahoma elections, although those are going to be very interesting special elections. Ohio, I'll also consider J.D. Vance. Although Tim Ryan is somewhat a formidable opponent, I'll put Ohio in the likely category. But, I mean, it's still a very, safe state. Likely Democrat state. The only one will be Oregon. I still think Colorado could be in the lean category. Will be in the lean category. Oregon could be, but we just haven't seen any polls out of there yet. I mean, you saw that governor race in 2018 with Kate Brown and the other guy, I forgot his name, fall to about 6-point margins, and that was 2018. And that wasn't even a red wave year. That's a blue wave year. So, we'll see what happens in that Senate race, although different incumbents, different people. But here we have 45-46 Republicans at a slight advantage at the more likely states. The remaining states are all going to be sorry about this. Florida would also be considered a likely Republican state, but in my mind, the remaining states will most likely fall into a lean or tilt category in either direction. So let's first just characterize Colorado. I think now we're really down. Actually, I'll characterize one more. I think that North Carolina will remain a Republican state. Ted Budd will probably win that election there in 2022 in November. So we have about 6 seats left: Nevada, Arizona. Nevada with Catherine Cortez Masto, Arizona with Mark Kelly, Georgia with Raphael Warnock, Wisconsin with Ron Johnson, Pennsylvania, Pat Toomey retiring, but it's an open seat, and New Hampshire with Maggie Hassan. All of those races, I think, will fall into really those competitive seats. So this is really where the Republicans will be able to win that Senate majority. The next up most likely state I think that Republicans have at winning is the state of Wisconsin. I think that Ron Johnson, I know that Ron Johnson is somewhat of a popular incumbent. He won back in 2016 against, all of the models predicting that he would lose. He won by 3 points. He won by more than the margin that Trump won. He is electable. We're heading into a red wave year. And the Rust Belt, of course, as we all know from the trends, is trending Republican. So I do give that as the next most likely state to go Republican in 2022. So now we're down to 5 races. So you're getting very, very close. The next up race, surprisingly, I'm not going to give it to Pennsylvania. I actually personally don't believe that Dr. Oz is the best candidate. I don't know why Trump endorsed him. I don't know if it was the best decision. I think that he could have endorsed other candidates that, would have been better to elect. But the next up likely state, in my mind, is Georgia with Herschel Walker going up against Raphael Warnock. He has been up consistently in most of the polls. He's been up 4 to 5 points in actually many of them. And he seems to just have that advantage. Georgia, I think that it will flip back red most likely in 2022. It went blue, surprisingly, but that does not mean that it is now a solid blue state. I think it'll flip back red, and I think they'll have a Republican senator there in Herschel Walker. Although, Democrats are trying to go after Herschel Walker for abuse allegations, I don't know how well that will play because actually Raphael Warnock also has marital abuse allegations. So we're going to see how that plays there. But Republicans are at 50 seats. So what is the next up most likely race to go Republican? I will give it to the state of Pennsylvania. Then that's also a Rust Belt state. Even with Dr. Oz, if he is the nominee or if it is someone else, will be able, in my mind, to win the state of Pennsylvania. The Rust Belt is trending Republican. Biden only won it by a point. Trump won it by 0.7 and 16. And then Obama, you go back with Obama, he won it by over 5 points. So it's clearly trending in the Republican direction. And I think that regardless, if Republicans are going to retain their majority, Pennsylvania has to, or not retain, regain their majority. Pennsylvania has to be included in those states. So that does mean that the remaining states, I'll characterize them in the margins that I think that they would go, would be technically going to the Democrats. Keep in mind, as I said at the beginning of this video, this is not an actual election prediction. This is simply, well, it somewhat is an election prediction, but this is just showing the best path that Republicans have to getting a Senate majority. These are the states I believe they need to win, and the easiest states I think that they have, easiest shots I think they have at winning. So here you have it. Republicans win the state of Georgia. They flip that state in the 50-50 Senate, and they have the majority and a new majority leader if it's Mitch McConnell or if it is somebody else. There very well may be a new majority leader come the new session. We have to see what happens. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to comment below your thoughts on this analysis and if you would give the Republicans a different state in exchange for a state. And yeah, like the video below, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a great day. See you all soon.